Do Matthew and Mark look very similar? Do they have similar things written in them? Yes. How similar? I'm not actually sure. I haven't looked at them in similar light. I will say one thing. They don't really they're like you read them, they're different books. They're definitely different books. It's not like for example, the Book of Mormon, which is not like historical in any way, shape, or form. I was reading some of that today, and it like so much of that literally copies from the Bible. So much of that literally is like word for word what the Bible says. There's no originality to it or anything. I mean, there's originality to the Book of Mormon, but you read so much of it, similar phrases, similar whatever. It just clearly is like a copy. Now, are the Gospels like that? No. No, there's a lot of similar quotes, but they're not, when they have options to differ, there's differences. So let's say the similarities, though, let's say they have similarities. What does that prove? Because Mark wrote it first. That's the general belief. There are other beliefs, but let's say Mark wrote it first. Mark wrote it first. My screen keeps going black. Mark wrote it first. Probably copying from Peter. Peter told him what to write. And then Matthew decides to write his gospel. So he looks at Mark to, maybe double check what has happened. And rather than starting from scratch and writing his own whole book, he decides to take elements of Mark's gospel and, not add, to add to them, to add what he remembers. Does that destroy the Gospels? These are different books written by different people at different times. They're all different enough to where there's not, it's not like a conspiracy, but they're similar enough to where they don't contradict each other. Some of that's probably another video. But yeah. So it really doesn't destroy the Gospels if they have similarities. That's an assumption. Oh.